Please, please, please be unique. Oh my god! In the last episode, I mentioned to you guys that I am now taking on the biggest PVM grind I've ever taken on this account, and that grind is, of course, for the Twisted Bow. Now, raids are a massive undertaking, but they are totally worth it because the Twisted Bow is going to be borderline necessary for a lot of the future plans I have on this account, which I haven't really yet talked about in a video format, but we'll get to that later. As you can probably guess, because of that, this video is going to be once again very focused on the Chambers of Xeric, all the drops I get from it, and continuing to work on my solo progression. I also want to take a second to mention, since I haven't mentioned this stuff in a while, I do stream a few times a week, not every day anymore, but 4 to 5 times a week. If you guys would be interested in that, link will be down in the description. And also, I do want to mention that you guys should definitely join my CC Dabe, and you can use my Discord down below as well. I want to get those places a bit more poppin' again. Without further ado though, let's jump into the video. Alright, first raid of the day, 3 plus 3, 45k points in 35 minutes. This is why I like my scaled raids, by the way. Please be unique. Please be unique. Please, please, please be unique. Oh my god, it's a fucking Kodai, dude! That is so good! That is so good. I mean, it's not a T-bow, just that little part of me that died inside there. But yes, Kodai it's one of the items I wanted to get. That saves me an inventory slot in the Inferno. That is going to be super nice to have. And it's a unique. It's a good unique. I am a happy boy. Alright, still fighting that part of me that's like, I hit the Mega Rare, and it wasn't a bow. But at the same time, I hit the Mega Rare, and it wasn't an Elder Maul, which I think is the biggest win there, is that this isn't an Elder Maul. Because Elder Maul is just completely freaking useless, man. So I realized that maybe not everybody is going to understand what I'm talking about in that clip, and just to give you guys some clarification, the Elder Maul, Kodai Insignia, and Twisted Bow are actually all on the same portion of the drop table from raids, meaning that they all have the same chance of dropping. This is the mega rare table from raids. Now, the Elder Maul is of course the worst item there because as of the current moment, it doesn't have a whole lot of uses in game and is primarily only used for Tecton. The Kodai Insignia can be very useful for bursting because it provides infinite water runes, etc. I'll get more into that in a little bit. But of course, the Twisted Bow is the most useful item on that table. So, I was very happy at getting unique. It was just kind of one of those, dang, that was the closest I've ever been to getting a Twisted Bow kind of feeling. So for now, I'm just going to stick this in, I don't even know what I would call this tab. The sort of alkables, sort of extras, and sort of shiny loot tab. Because I don't have a Master Wand for it. So I guess this gives me a pretty good reason to go and start doing some Mage Training Arena in my downtime to be able to pick up a Master Wand. Which is, I think, like 10 or 11 hours or something like that. So I'll have to get started on that pretty soon here. But that is, my first Mega Rare on the account on, what KC was that even on, man? That was on KC 330, 7 out of 12. Feeling good, man. Well, this one's not mine. I'm very happy it's not mine because it's just a prayer scroll. So a couple kills later, got himself a Dexter's prayer scroll. So, nice. And I'm just happy it's not mine. I don't want to keep getting all the dupes in my name. Just have to keep spending money on my main to pay for it. Okay. Okay, it's not an arcane. I don't get it. Every single freaking drop has been in my name except for like 3 of the last, I don't know, like 12 or something? I seriously don't understand. They say it's not an arcane, but there's no freak out reaction. I don't think it's a big item. I'm gonna say Ancestral Hat. Let's see what it is, boys. Okay, you know what? A Din's Bulwark. That's actually that's a unique. So that's actually really good. That's another unique in this video already. Holy, this is nuts, dude. It does have some use. Now, it was nerfed, I think, recently, so I don't know the exact stat line on this, but I'll take a look at it later and we can check it out, see what the stats are like, because that's going to be really good for wieldy stuff. Alright, first of all, let's go ahead and just throw this in the bank. It does have use. Like, I probably will use this when I'm, like, doing wieldy stuff, but this actually has some pretty insane defense bonuses. Obviously, you know, it's a Din's bulwark. It's what you'd expect. I think the nerf was that it got rid of the magic defense, which isn't really that big of a deal. But let's go ahead and like grab out some tanky gear from the bank here and see what I can get these defense bonuses up to, because this might be motivation to do, you know, maybe some wildy boss kills or wildy elite diaries or something down the line, because that's something I've always had in the back of my head but never really full out went for. Dude, look at those defense bonuses. That is gross. And somehow in this gear I have a positive magic defense. I'm not really sure how I have a positive magic. I guess the Ring of Suffering and the Fury is probably more than making up for the Bandos negatives. I'm not sure, but you know what? I will probably find some use for this thing. And as for the Kodai, because I didn't really touch on that earlier, it is going to be really good for the Inferno. It does save me an inventory slot. And probably towards the end of this video, I might go and start on the Mage Training Arena, just to kind of, you know, keep the concept together in one video. There we go. Another solo done. It wasn't a really great one in terms of points because the layout was pretty easy, but I'm getting a little better still. I haven't been putting as much time into solos as I probably should, but at the same time, like I mentioned in the last video, or maybe a couple videos ago at this point, I still really prefer doing those team raids because in the same amount of time it took me to do this solo, I was getting like 40 to 45k points in a lot of those. I really don't want to admit how I got this cooking level, but you can see I am once again fishing some sacred eels. I've just been coming here while I edit because there's not much else for me to AFK, and I figured, hey, why not just come here? It's better than not being logged in, and I got a cooking level. I don't know, man. Don't you judge me. Don't you do it. I've been here a while, okay? You've probably noticed that a decent amount of AFKing has been going on during this video. I'm still working on the last Twisted League video right now, and you guys have seen it by now, but you'll know that I've had to spend like 50 or 60 hours working on it. So yeah, a lot of AFK going on in the meantime. I did move over to Motherlode Mine because I realized that's something that benefits me more, so 88 mining. I want to get 92 eventually for Amethyst because, you know, we're going for a T-bow, might as well go for Amethyst arrows, but also having a higher mining level just increases my max hit, so, on Guardians at least, so it's something. Now, it is time to actually get into working on that Master Wand. Those of you guys who are wondering why I need a Master Wand, earlier in this video I picked up the Kodai insignia. Now the only way to make this into a Kodai wand is to acquire myself a Master Wand through the Mage Training Arena minigame. This is going to take 480 telekinetic, 530 alchemist, 4800 enchantment, and 480 graveyard points. I don't remember exactly how long it takes, but it's roughly 10 hours. Luckily for me, I have tons of runes, so that's not going to be an issue whatsoever for any of these. I'm probably just going to start off by doing 1 or 2 of the rooms, then taking a break and heading back to raids for a little bit again. So let's go figure out which one we want to start with. Decided to start with the easiest one. Probably going to regret that later down the line, but 4,800 enchantment points are done. That only took me like 30-ish minutes. It's a lot easier now than it used to be. So I'm not sure which one I want to do next because all the other ones are just, they're just not as good, man. So this one wasn't too bad once I sunk into the rhythm of it. There's actually kind of a cool trick you can do where, like I just did there, if you click Bones to Peaches while you're actually running towards the food chute, it will still cast it, and then as soon as the cast animation is over, it'll automatically deposit it. So that's kind of nice. This did take me a few hours though. I don't know why I'm checking my stats page, as if I got any stats there. But that is the graveyard room done, so now we just have Telekinetic and Alchemist. Alchemist being my least favorite. Okay, it's not exactly what most people would consider to be a good drop, but we did get a drop, so Arcane Scroll for Gitsin. It's something. First raid in a little while, honestly. Been very busy with all the other stuff that you guys have probably seen, and I got myself Dark Relic, so it's not bad. I don't think we're even going to split this, to be honest. Arcanes are worth, like, they're like less than 3 mil, I think. Again, another drop. Not for me, thankfully, because I've had just a crazy amount of luck recently, but it is for Gits again. This time we're doing some 2+2s. I died because I suck. I'm working on it, alright? 2+2s are a little complicated. And he also got a second pet. So you know what? Good for him. I still get a split, so I don't really mind. Plus, I don't really want to get prayer scrolls in my name anyway, since they don't, like, I don't need them. So I'd much rather see those go to other people. Back at the Mage training arena again. This one is my least favorite room, but with all the RuneLite plugins and everything that you're allowed to use these days, it wasn't that bad because it's pretty brain dead. So yeah, it still took a few hours though, but that is 530 pizzazz points for the alchemy room completed. Now the only one I have left is telekinetic, which is very slow, but honestly one of my favorites, so I don't mind it. Screw it, I'm a masochist. Got it all done at once. There we go, telekinetic is completed. That is all of the points I need for the Master Wand, I hope. I really hope I didn't do any of these less than I was supposed to, because I don't remember the exact amount I needed, but that took about 10 hours. Alright, we're not going to check. We're just going to go in blind. I'm going to make sure. I like this new screen. This is pretty nice, but I'm worried that I'm actually going to like buy 25 or something. Alright, so beginner wand, go. Apprentice wand, go. Teacher wand. And it looks like we do in fact have enough for the Master Wand. Beautiful. Super, super happy to have this. Let's go head over to a bank and turn it straight into the Kodai wand. Alright, first things first. Use Kodai insignia on the Master Wand. I know it can't be reverted. Why would I want to? There's not even a freaking animation. I was expecting an animation. That's a Kodai wand. That is the best mage weapon that I'm probably ever going to get on this account for autocasting Ancients. With Nightmare coming out, there might be some changes to mage metas. I'm not really sure, but we'll address that when it actually hits the game. First of all, this is what I was going to be comparing it to. So, the Ancient Staff, the previous thing I was using to autocast Ancients, as you can see, it has a 15 magic accuracy bonus, -1 prayer. Now this one, no -1 prayer, nice just to begin with, but we're nearly doubling our mage accuracy. On top of that, we're getting a 15%. You see this? Look at this. 15% magic damage strength. I don't know, magic strength. So that's really, really nice. And on top of that, if I head over to the book, you can actually see that I have infinite water runes as well. So the Kodai wand is pretty nutty. As for its actual usefulness, I do think this is going to have a pretty high amount of use because, one, I can use it in the Inferno, and since I now have infinite water runes, I don't actually have to waste an inventory slot taking water runes with me into the Inferno. So now I just have to take the rune pouch and I can have my Blood Barrage and Ice Barrage all set to go without having a second inventory space sucked up, so that's fantastic. It's also going to be nice for Theater of Blood, because chances are, instead of taking the Trident of the Swamp, I'll probably just take the Kodai wand instead. Because all I'm really using magic for is on the Nilo room, just to use Barrage and, Ice Barrage and Blood Barrage anyway. So it kind of makes more sense just to take the Kodai wand. That's both really, really nice situations to have it for. Not to mention, if I go back to doing Slayer, every Barrage task is just going to be better now. Easily my PB time, and even with taking 2 extra switches, because I don't normally take, the 2 different glove switches, meaning that I usually just wear Barrows gloves the whole time. These 2 things aren't usually here, and I usually have less brews than this finishing, so I'm going to say that's a pretty big victory for me. I'm really happy with that. I want to see if I can wedge down to a sub 30. Once I get more comfortable with solos, I eventually want to try and get into no prepping. Another item for Gitsin. I died in this raid, but I promise it wasn't my fault. Gitsin, I can see he clearly made me die in the firewall intentionally so he could get the item in his name. No, it was fine. It was just a mistake. But Gitsin getting another item. Twisted Buckler. Very, very nice. Not really, because it's worth nothing. I feel bad for Matt, who is the other person that I'm raiding with regularly, because he's like 4.5 million points dry at this point. Like, he's done all these scaled raids with me and has not seen a single drop in his name. It's pretty rough. Alright, another item coming in. You're not going to guess who it's for. That's right, it's for Gitsin. And you're genuinely not going to believe this part. He got another pet. He got a pet yesterday, and then nearly back-to-back, one item in between, he just got his 3rd pet. So that's pretty crazy. Not really great items, because it was like Arcane into Buckler into Dins, but it's still weird. So I think this is probably a good place as any to end it. 370 KC. I think we started this video at like 315 or something like that. And most of these raids take like 35, 40 minutes. But I'm starting to realize the group size that I really like, which is 3+4, because I'm getting pretty consistently 75 to 90k points per hour, kind of variable depending on the scouts. So it's a pretty good amount of points, and I'm really, really happy with that. Obviously, we also did get pretty lucky this week. We also pulled 2 uniques, which is fantastic. The 2 drops we got were both uniques in the Din's Bulwark and the Kodai insignia, which we made into the Kodai wand. Honestly, I have been loving doing raids. I don't know why. It's something that I've done a million times before. I'm really enjoying it right now. Maybe it's because I'm getting a lot of drops. Maybe it's because I'm seeing a lot of drops. Maybe it's just the idea of getting that twisted bow and being able to use it on my hardcore. I don't know, but I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you guys are too. And to those of you that aren't, I apologize, but feel free to let me know if there's anything that you'd like me to see do differently in future videos that are going to be around Chambers of Xeric, because I'm going to grind this T-bow. It's going to happen. So hopefully I can make all the videos as interesting for as many of you guys as possible. Regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And once again, make sure you guys join my clan chat, Dabe. I'm trying to keep that clan chat kind of popping again. You know, we used to have 40, 50 members in there all the time, and it's gotten a little quiet lately, so I want to get more people in there. I'm in there pretty much all the time, anytime I'm playing, so if you ever want to chat with me, there or Discord is the best place to do it. Hope you guys all have a fantastic day, and I will catch you guys next week with some more raids drops.